Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind, where, at long last, a slightly exhausted Fathis has arrived at his final destination on his little pilgrimage. We are in the city of Necrom. He steps across. He sneezes as he crosses the gangplank, apparently. I could have sneezed at any point in the 10 minutes of prep before I started this video, but nope. No, I chose now to do it for some reason. Anyway, we have finally arrived at Necrom after doing the last stretch of the journey by boat, because we were pretty close anyway, and I don't regret it because, frankly, the view we got as we were coming into the city was pretty marvellous. So there you go, we've done it. We started off in Old Ebonheart, we went all the way up here, round, back, round there, up here, this way, over this way to Helmnim, then to Kemmel Z, then we briefly popped up back up to Ranyan Rune, then down this way past the Boethian Falls, and then out throughout Busara, and now here we are. My original thinking actually was I would end up going down this way through Akamora, but we didn't in the end. It's just how it worked out. But we did get to see the Boethian Falls and this big-ass river over here that I don't actually know the name of, but it was very cool. So very much to see and do in Tamriel Rebuilt, and we don't possibly have time for it all in this Let's Play. We didn't even explore the majority of the island of Port Telvannis, let alone anything else. I mean, good grief. There's just too much stuff. There's too much. We've been going for 6 years with this Let's Play, and we still haven't managed to... it's brilliant stuff. And they're adding more of it, you know. Oh, God, like a year from now, there'll probably be another release out with even more stuff added. It's just... yeah, no wonder it's taken them like 20 years to make, I suppose. Anyway, here we are in Necrom, everybody. Let's have a word with you. Trayun Grace, Sarah. I am Telire Miral, Scout. That'll be why you've got all these dialogue options. Rooms? It's always noticed when Outlanders visit the Holy City. I heard some Imperials staying at the Pilgrim's Respite in the Upper District. We're watching you, too. Sacred land is studded with ancestral tombs, but only the foolish would attempt to intrude in them. Tombs are almost always protected from grave robbers by bone walkers, if the family could afford them, and sometimes the dead themselves have even risen to protect their family and ancestors' resting place. Yeah, when it's not, like, infested with vampires and necromancers and God knows what else, and Daedra and stuff, love. Little secret. The Sacred Lands are home to one of the oldest burials in the history of Morrowind, and of course the holy site of Necrom, and the city above it. Southwest of the cliffside path that leads to the city can be found the ancestral tomb of the venerable Telvanni Faeryn family. In typical grandiose Telvanni fashion, it is said that the first Lord Faeryn expressly demanded not to be interred within the halls of Necrom, and they wonder why they are seen as the most isolated of the grey houses. Oh, really? So it's... just taking notes here. Southwest of the cliffside path that leads to the city, so that one up there, I suppose, that we sailed past. Ancestral tomb of Telvanni Faeryn. So, okay, down here somewhere, yeah, okay, jolly good, good to know, good to know. Oh, something about the city above here. Necrom, the city of ghosts, a city of two halves, that which is home to the dead in the catacombs and ashworks, and the city above, where the living reside, and pilgrims visit the shrines and the fane of ancestors. The Catacombs of Necrom are where we entomb the remains of our ancestors. The catacombs form a giant maze underneath the homes and temples of the city above it. Okay, good to know. So what have we here then? Shrine of Safe Waters. Shrine of Sothasil's Mastery. Okay. What's this building over here you were stood next to? Oh, for God's sake, Windows updates. Go away. Dismiss. Begone. I don't have to... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold on one moment. Oh, Windows. I hate you so much.
What is this about?
The Seafarers Rest Hostel, okay. Look at the actual cranes for loading cargo onto ships and stuff. Oddly, you don't see them very often in Hello. You are an Ordinator in mourning. The special Ordinators that patrol the city of Necrom. Justice never sleeps. Ancestors guide you. We are the Ordinators in mourning. You don't have a My Trade option, do you? No one has seen Nerdim Faraloth for a few days now. His door of the south, in the southeast of the lower quarter has been locked up tight. His neighbour, Rilem Aralas, might know what he's been up to. Necrom is a huge complex of tombs where generations of the dead have been brought and laid to rest. If you take the sacred oath, you'll be allowed into the catacombs, but unless you know what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend it. If there's a labyrinth of corridors and tombs down there, and the dead are often joined by unfortunate visitors failing to find their way out, oh, don't you worry about that. I'll be just fine. It's said that when Varendes Lervan single-handedly defended a Desharn monastery from an Argonian warband during the Arnesian War, for his heroism, he was promoted to the Marshal of the Ordinators in mourning. His presence in the city is a true blessing. I see. Docks administration. More docks administration. A trader. Hello. I wish to sell you things, sir. Oh, I have lots of books that need to go away in my shelves at the back of the library. But I have emeralds. And I have diamonds. Oh, there we go. Actually, do you have anything that's worth buying? I just assumed that you didn't. Because usually they don't. But, you know. You know what, now would be a great time to actually read our guide to Necrom, wouldn't it? Now I think about it. Might tell me how to get out of the bloody docks, for one thing. Let's have a look. Guide to Necrom, here we go. Okay, so this is just outside the city as well. We've got the Shrine of the Lovers, Pilgrim's Gate, Watchtower, Silt Strider over there, Temple Gate, Waterfront, Charnel Works, Catacombs, Upper District, Sinner's Gate, Ancestors' Fane. Necrom is the holy city of the dead, located on the easternmost part of the mainland Morrowind in the Sacred Lands region. This temple city is where the Dunmer dead are brought, and it's one of the most important pilgrimage sites in Morrowind. The name Necrom actually refers to the vast and ancient catacombs under the city, which is why the city is often called the city above Necrom, to distinguish it from the city below. There are 4 distinct areas to the city above: the Waterfront, the Charnel Works, the Upper District, and the Temple District. The Empire has no presence in Necrom, and Outlanders should be warned. Both the city above and the catacombs are guarded by the Ordinators in mourning, an elite cadre of their order, who will protect the silence of Necrom against anyone who would dare disturb it. Weapons, spells, or any disrespectful behaviour are forbidden in the Holy City under the penalty of death. I'm carrying several weapons and a lot of spells, so... The Waterfront is where the docks are located, and it's through here where most Outlanders who visit Necrom enter the city, like us. A trader and a hostel provide their services to travellers who are just passing by, while the city proper is accessed through the large docks administration building. The Charnel Works is the lower quarter of the city above Necrom, and they're a place of great mourning. The dead are brought here in through the Pilgrim's Gate for preparation before they're taken to the catacombs. The district is the home of the priests and workers who help prepare and cremate the bodies, and it is also where the temple bonesmiths create the holy guardians known as bone walkers and their smithies. Oh wow, this is where bone walkers are made? That's crazy. The catacombs can be entered from the eastern side of the district. In the Upper District, a myriad of shrines and memorials of bygone days can be found, as well as various services for pilgrims. A great number of temple relics are kept here. Prominent pilgrimage sites include the Shrine of the First Citizens, where the ancestors of today's Dunmer laid the foundations of the city, and the memorial to the War of the First Council. Outlanders should be reminded that these sites are not museums, but places of worship and mourning. The Sinner's Gate, known thusly for being used by pilgrims who try to keep their distance from their dead ancestors, is located in the southeastern corner of the district. The Temple District is dominated by the mighty Fane of the Ancestors, which stands atop the large temple complex. Inside the Fane are shrines devoted to the tribunal gods Almonexia, Vivek, and Sothersil, and their anticipations, the Daedra princes Boethia, Mephala, and Azura. Strong ancestral magics flow through the Fane, powering the ghost fence on Vardenfell. Underneath the Fane are the forbidden temple vaults of Necrom. Oh, forbidden, eh? Challenge accepted. The Catacombs. Mourners and pilgrims can access the Catacombs from the Charnelworks district. It is here where the true city of the dead lies. The lower reaches of the Catacombs date back to the arrival of the Volothian in Morrowind. The Catacombs are far too large and complex to map, and they are ever expanded to make room for new generations of dead. The ancient spirits guard their resting place with great passion, but they will also whisper their secrets to pilgrims if they have the ears to listen. Her Eminence, the Archmatron Alvu Serelef, can be found in the high offices of the Temple District. Marshal Verenda Slurven and Canon Simeon Terethi, who are in command of the Ordinators in mourning, can be found in the Watch Barracks in the Upper District and the Hall of Contemplation in the Temple District, respectively. Bradis Lalo, in the Chamber of Parting, is the priest in charge of the mourning rituals and the corpse preparation in the charnel works. Ithaso Athones is in charge of the docks administration and the waterfront. Ship transport to and from Necrom can be found in the settlements of Enem Ordain and Altbasara. The Silt Strider takes passengers to Salin and Akamora. Okay. Right then. How do I get out of here? Do I have to go through the docks administration, possibly? That might actually make a fair bit of sense. Passport at the ready. Ooh. Wonder if this all says something in Daedric. So curiously deserted, isn't it, though? You would expect it to be bustling and full of people, pilgrims queuing up to get through. But maybe not. Alright, here we are. Just random people's houses. Hello? Here in the city's lower quarter there are some residences for natives, but this is primarily a centre for mourning and for the preparation of deceased. Pilgrims should visit the city's upper district. I think I shall visit all of it, good sir. So where are we now? It just says Necrom. I'm not sure which district we're in. Where's my guide? We're in the charnel works, apparently. Okay, cool. That would be the Pilgrim's Gate up there. Okay. Hello. Yep, welcome to Necrom, everybody. We just have ancestor ghosts hanging around the place. For the people of Necrom, it is merely Tuesday. Apparently. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that, I have to admit, actually. That's just Uncle Jim out for his walk again. Don't mind him. Hello. Be duly reverent, Ashlander. You walk in the most holy places of the Tribunal Temple. Who are you? Priest and adept of the temple. Okay. Oh, another ghost. Who's apparently attending this sermon. Didn't expect to see one of House Telvanni here. Hold your astonishment. I, for one, know when respect is due to the ancestors and our gods. Do you know who I am? Mage and Oathman of the Great House Telvanni. You're in good company. What is this? The Book of the Dawn and Dust? No, Doors of the Spirit. These are the temple grounds, pilgrim. Can I help you learn about Necrom, or tell you of the greater saints and lesser saints? The lower reaches of the catacombs date back to the arrival of the Velothi in Morrowind. The ancient spirits guard them with great passion. So where does this lead, then? That would lead to the upper district, I think. Alright, well this would be the temple complex, I suppose. The fane of the ancestors. Temple pathway, okay. Ooh. Hello. So doors off to the side there, but I think this is where we want to go. Straight up. To the Temple Courtyard. Fane of the ancestors. Kind of expected something a bit more colourful, if I'm honest. It's just sort of a blank stone. Suppose I better offer something though, huh? There you go. Hello. Triune Grace, Sarah. Aaron Andruthi, warrior. A tourist like myself, perhaps. Oh, that's a pretty cool mural. Vivek, Armor here and South the Sill, I assume? Does someone offer a mortar and pestle? Okay, fine. There's more over here. I don't wonder what's down there. The Banner of Resdain. Sermon 9. Already got it, thank goodness. I'm going to try and activate this, but hopefully I won't steal it and have everyone try and kill me. Under this banner, the children of Veloth made pact with the then honest House Dwemer to strike down the proud men of the north. In Resdain, we see the true potential of the House of Veloth to be a people glorious and unrivaled under all the spheres of heaven. The Banner of Resdain. Resdain, which no longer exists, of course. Gone the way of the dodo has Resdain. Maybe that'll change one day. Just kidding, the volcano's gonna erupt and destroy everything. Yeah, screw you too, Bethesda. I don't know why I did that. I have no idea why I did that. I just sort of out of almost like muscle memory, reflex. I just saw a locked little chest. I was in effectively an ancestor tomb, and I just thought, my brain just went, oh yeah, I better unlock that. Why? Apparently I'm a compulsive lockpicker now. Definitely only in this game, though. God. I think I mentioned I've been playing some Skyrim on my Nintendo Switch lately, and I'd forgotten how much I hate the lockpicking minigame in that. It's got to the point now where I'm playing the game and I just if I see a locked chest, I ignore it. I don't even try and open it anymore. I hate the minigame that much. Nice robes. Priest and curator of the temple. Hello. Another cool mural thing. Is that supposed to be Nerevar, do you think? Do you reckon that's meant to be Nerevar? I reckon it might be. Sorry, I just need to move something out of the way. There's my cat's spare collar on the head on the desk there, and every time I moved the mouse, the cable was knocking up against it, making a jingly bell noise, which I know from experience you can hear on the video, so I had to move it. Sorry to break your immersion there. What's that thing? A 6th house sickle. Who the devil donated that? Is that some sort of joke? Do you realise what you've got over there?
Please, go ahead, Outlander. I'm listening.
I recognise the symbols on that thing, even if you don't. Ugh, that reminds me. Still need to go to that 6th house fortress in Red Mountain to go and get that thing. So what's down here then? Oh, I see a portcullis. Well, I tell you what, man. I can get through a lock level 100 door with a portcullis. That's something else. That will require a bit of thinking outside the box. A portcullis guarded by 2 Ordinators, no less, actually, as well. What do we have in here? Ooh, another banner. Banner of the Exodus. Under this banner, the children of Veloth marched into their new home in the sacred East. In the Exodus, we see the true ambition of the House of Veloth to uphold the ideals of the Endeavour in spite of all the adversity, profane or divine. The Changed Ones. I know it's very sacrilegious of me. I want to lean over and look at it, but unfortunately I can't do that in the game, so I have to walk on top of it. Okay, very nice. What have we here? Not totally sure, if I'm honest. Is that... Oh, no, hang on. Is that Azura? That looks like Azura to me. I bet that's supposed to be Azura. You, on the other hand, not really sure. Maybe Veloth. Yeah, I'm going to go with probably Veloth. That's Azura pointing him where he needs to go. Or something. Praise be to the ancestors, friend. The oldest of our ancestor spirits we call the Daedra. Though they are powerful and cunning, their hearts and minds have grown distant and strange, and the bad Daedra are dangerous. Yes. I mean, I'd say all of them are dangerous, if I'm honest with you, man. I didn't actually say that to him, that's just what Fathis is thinking. All of them are dangerous, but they can equally all be bargained with. If you're smart enough, anyway. Anything hidden around the back here? No. It's worth a check, alright. Okay, this goes to the Temple Courtyard. What's that about? Oh, goes out into a balcony, I see. I could nick that and nobody would know. Nice view from up here, actually. It does feel very empty, though, doesn't it, this city? I've got to say. It feels very quiet and empty. Quiet as a tomb, one might say, I suppose. I suppose it kind of suits the general vibe of the town, though. But even so, as I said, you know, pilgrimage site, you'd expect it to be a bit more bustling, really. Okay, this brings us back here. Can ghost or justice change with time? Who said that? The high officers. They're quite literally the high officers, apparently. Lots of stairs. I say stairs, it's more like ramps. Hello. Welcome to the Matriarch's Chamber, stranger. I am her steward, Athelin Savold. You seek an audience with the Archmatron. I might as well. I am Archmagister of House Telvanni. Master of House Telvanni. The Archmatron accedes to your visit. I'm glad that he actually recognised me. That's nice when that happens. But please be brief, and ensure you bear yourself with due piety. Very well. Should I be dressed in my Archmagister robes, I wonder? No, I like these ones better, if I'm honest. Oh, I see. We're going to have a fancy robe competition. That's how it is, huh?
How wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
Well, at least she's being polite. No. With your eyes open, please. What brings you to the temple? I am Alvu Saraleth, the patriarch of the... should be the matron, surely? The matriarch, matron, whatever? Whatever, anyway. This wonderful city was built above the Catacombs of Necrom, where our ancestors lie. They got there. The ghost fence. Ghost gate. Join the temple. You have surprisingly generic dialogue, honestly. Shrine of Hindsight. Oh, okay. Another pilgrimage site somewhere. In the seclusion of the Vale, which now hosts the Shrine of Hindsight, St. Delin wrote many of the books which became the canon of the temple. Reading and reflecting on these writings makes many of the once obscure and elusive teachings of the tribunal appear as self-evident. How do I get to the shrine? A tiresome but rewarding journey. Leave Akamora to the south and follow the road until it bends east. We're never going to be able to do this. We don't have enough time in the Let's Play. Well, thank you for your time. I've enjoyed a lovely cup of tea with you, I'm going to say. Had a little polite chit-chat. I've officially made her aware of my presence in the city, and now I shall leave. In the wrong direction, naturally. Interview room of some sort, I'm not sure what that is. Okay then. Well. Well, we made the pilgrimage to the fane of the ancestors. We done did it. Paid our respects to, well, the Dunmer ancestors in general, but presumably also Fathers, wherever they happen to be interred. These yellow flowers. Nurthfly stalks. Oh, okay. It's quite a pretty view, isn't it? All the white stonework really reflects the sunlight beautifully. Let's look at the little guide to Necrom again. That's the temple gate that leads to the Silt Strider. Alright, the upper district then. Let's go check that out. That's this way. Trialith. Trial from without. I defy you, Malakath. Your countless minions shall not wear down our defences, for the house of Veloth stands strong. Trial of the blood. I defy you, Malagbal. Your creeping corruption shall not debase our blood, for the house of Veloth stands strong. What's the deal with this? Muck. Trial from within. I defy you, Mehrunes Dagon. Your incessant adversity shall not shake our resolve, for the house of Veloth stands strong. And last we have Trial of the mind. I defy you, Sheogorath. Your hollow delusions shall not distract us from our goal, for the house of Veloth stands strong. I could kill that guy. Those boots are ruined. Right, jolly good. Shrine of Sharmat's Dead. Ooh. Hello, sir.
Walk with virtue.
You don't look like one of the Ordinators in mourning, you're just a regular old Ordinator. I pray here for all my fallen brothers and sisters. Saint's Shield. For every widow, for every orphan, a reckoning. I wonder if there's some sort of thing you have to give for this shrine. Daedric Steel Longsword. There you go. Felt a bit awkward with the guy staring at me like that. Sharmat's debt. A debt of vengeance, I suppose. Chamber of Artifacts. Hello there. The Gospel of St. Veloth, Volume 2. Some interesting stuff in here, I suspect. I will pause briefly on each page so those of you at home can read this. Heck, I might read it later while I'm editing the video. Thurvan Serothal. Visitor, welcome, pilgrim, to the Chamber of Artifacts. How can I be of service? Was that artifacts or artifacts? We are the artifacts. Okay, right. I got all excited then. Nope, it's not artifact at all. And the Catacombs of Necrom were established as the primary burial site of our people. Sotha still taught us magics of his own devising, allowing us to guide the upward expansion of Necrom through sacred rites and songs. The walls shift and rearrange themselves, allowing the catacombs to provide shelter to the next generation of ancestors. Whoa, that's pretty cool. My name is Vervin Serethal. Long ago, my ancestors were tasked with overseeing Necrom's expansion. My family has served the temple and its artifacts ever since. Interesting. There's a shrine here. Shrine of St. Aralor. Aralor's intervention. I think I might have absorbed that. I had the little sparkly thing in the middle of the screen. Had to ring the gong. Can't just not ring the gong, come on. Get it on, bang a gong. Get it on. Do 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 do. Sorry. I'll be leaving now. Hall of Western Wars. Hello there. Corpse of General Selendai. I'll see you in every hour, Pilgrim. I trust you know to walk with respect in the city above Necrom. Doing my best. I'm occasionally jogging with respect. Is that alright?
Quickly, Outlander.
Corpse of Councillor Trevelso. Second Book of Lamentations. Battle of Aldrorin. Battle of Craganmore. General Selendai. Oh, let's read this. This isn't very much. The Battle of Aldrorin. On the 4th day of Sunsight 2920, the Imperial forces of Raymond the Tyrant crossed the Velothi Mountains and assaulted the palace of Aldrorin, home of Councillor Trevelso of House Redoran. The brutal attack left a scar upon the face of the mountains, a black scorch from the burnings, and countless dead left desecrated or brutalized beyond recognition. The Sirids attacked with such savagery that Morrowind will never forget the suffering nor the cries which are still heard among the mountain's winds. Let us remember our families and kinsmen with dignity and honour. Their sacrifice will be remembered eternally. The Battle of Craganmore. 2 days after the fall of Aldrorin, the forces of Raymond, under General Martin Artevian, invaded and vandalized the glorious city of Craganmore, a citadel upon the mountains. Those who fled were lucky. Those who remained suffered and endured for the sake of Morrowind. Hoping that the kingdom of Resdayn would remain ever free from the iron fist of the Cyrodiilic Empire. When Almalexia reached the city, naught was left but the ashes of the dead. May her sacred tears remain ever with us, that we might remember not only the sufferings of our brethren, but also of the agony that Mother Almalexia felt at the senseless murder of her children and faithful. General Selendai. Atop the Velothi Mountains once stood the mighty castle of Vor, in which resided the Lord of the High Council of Morrowind. When Aldrorin fell, so did the mountain hall of Vor. Yet, far from the western mountains, General Selendai, servant of Almalexia, awoke from such a premonition of Vor's failing that he rode all morning and night towards the doomed hall. Though his sky lamp moaned for breath and rest, the general strove onward towards his destiny. Upon his arrival, he saw the failing walls of the fortress. The insidious Sirids circling the palace as Alits during the ash storm. With his mighty sword he parted their numbers to reach the councillor, who sat dead upon his throne. At the very sight, Selendai's strength collapsed, for it seemed he had failed, yet Almalexia came to him and offered her strength and her faith. Now he stood, took up his sword and warder, and defeated the disbelieving forces of Raymond. What the Empire did not understand was that Morrowind's spirit cannot be broken. It remains eternal, as does its sacred tribunal, whose destiny is 10 times that of Raymond's futile empire. So, that's a pretty old corpse. Snort. Homilies of Blessed Almalexia. Battle of Craganmore Memorial. We rightfully venerate all those faithful who gave their lives to defend the encroachments of our people's enemies. May the Triune Lords ever watch over the glorious ancestors and protect our homeland. I feel like I should check every building now. Yeah, Chamber of Artifacts. Pallbearers and sweeps. Lots of work for them in this town, I suppose. Hello. Oh wow, yeah, you've got to literally sweep up the ancestors.
Please join me.
Welcome to the Hall of the Pallbearers and Sweeps, Dark Elf. You have a, like, aggressively vertical architecture, don't you, here? Stoneware pots. That's 36 lessons with Vexem and 19. Already got that one. 715. Talvani bug busk, eh? Is that to make sure it smells nice or something? Hello. What brings you to us, pilgrim? This is the house of the Pallbearers and the Sweeps. How can we be of service? Hello. Bit messy in here, isn't it?
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
Sorry to disturb you all. What's this building? Oh, it's just someone's house, okay. Memorial to the War of the First Council. Here we go. The fate of House Dwemer. Well, this should be good, if inaccurate. Discarded articles before you were only a small example of the broken remains of our decadent enemies, the heretic House Dwemer, who was stricken from the world at the Battle of Red Mountain. Each of the artifacts displayed here was cut from the crumbled hulks of Dwemeri homunculi by our victorious ancestors. Witness the last remnants of our foe, rust and ash, while the pillars of House Dunmer stand untarnished. May it be an example to all of the inevitable fate of heretics, and a testament to the glory of the Dunmer people under the ancestors and the triune gods. The same faith which led us to victory at Red Mountain still stands proudly to this day. Not sure that's quite how that story really went, but whatever you say, folks. How weird that they put a pillar right there so you can't really stand in front of this properly. The true houses. Have a native Garkogo helm, red around helm, Induril Saviour helmet. Mate, that's a gondolier's hat, that's what that is. Native Arminan, Beaumold helm, and a Talvani Mulcrab helm. When Nerevar and Blessedom CV went forth to oppose the incorrigible Dwemer, the houses and tribes of Resdain were united under the pennant of the Hortator. In memory of those days, let us put aside the vagaries of politics and celebrate the blessed alliance that was the First Council. Despite their differences, the true houses stood united against the menace of Red Mountain, each strengthening the armies of Resdain with its own talent. Let us praise House Induril, whose faith was and remains the strongest. If Induril is with us, who would question our resolve? Let us praise House Redoran, who carried our banners deep into the heart of the Inferno. If Redoran is with us, who would stand against us? Let us praise House Drez, who walked among ghosts. If Drez is with us, who would mock our name? Let us praise House Telvanni, who would whisper the enemy into ruin. If Telvanni is with us, who would keep secrets from us? Let us praise House Hlalu, who oversaw the order of our ranks. If Hlalu is with us, who would find us unprepared? Cool. Hello. You a pilgrim? Yep. Hero of the Induril. Well, there's more, is there? Corpse of Commander Garrel Rail. The Poison Song. This is the Corpse of Commander Bosrin. An obituary. Compiled by Faeryn Barras. This can only be described as a meagre attempt at listing the heroes of the War of the First Council. So great were their ranks, so numerous their inspiring deeds, it would take this era and the next to list them all. Though through their dedication to long-held traditions, they won the greatest victory of our history. It is with their sacrifices that our nation and faith have prospered to this day. Lord Indoril Nerevar, greatest war leader of the history of our people, he fought back Nord invaders and guided Morrowind into a golden age of peace and prosperity. The alliance he built was not destined to last, however, and there came a time when the houses divided into 5 orthodox houses, Indoril, Dres, Redoran, Telvanni and Hlalu, and the 2 secular houses, Dwemer and Dagoth. Yeah, it's not strictly speaking what happened, but okay. Soon it became clear that the profane practices of the secular houses were too great a danger and blight to be allowed to exist in the lands of Veloth. As Hortator, Nerevar gathered the people together under the banner of Almsivi and struck down the blasphemers at the Battle of Red Mountain. He personally rid our sacred homeland of the foul, insidious leaders of the secular houses, and in doing so, sacrificed his life to bring salvation to his people. Generals of the Great War. General Indoril Triffith, valiant general of the Indoril army. General Triffith fought alongside Nerevar. His valiant deeds should be held as an inspiration to all faithful Dunmer. So dedicated was he to a pure Dunmer nation, he personally saw that Morrowind was purged of the traitorous House Dagoth's stain. Though wishing at first to slaughter its ranks completely, he was swayed to great mercy in sparing the youth of the 6th House. For the rest of his life, Triffith continued to serve his people and the Tribunal with diligence until his peaceful death on the island of Gorn. His spirit now serves to power the great ghost fence of Vardenfell, protecting his beloved homeland even after death. Yeah, that's why the Poison Song is on there, because the Poison Song is the story of one of the children of House Dagoth that was spared and by this guy and taken and raised in Indoril, which is a very good book, as I've said many times before. General Redoran Vorel, a brave and valiant leader who led warriors of his house alongside the Indoril. After defending western Morrowind from Nord barbarians, he led the Redoran host at Red Mountain. Vorel passed away 40 years later due to disease, but spent those 4 decades strengthening the temple in the lands of the Redoran. This dedication saw that faith in the Tribunal would always be held strong by his house. Councillor Hlalu Northernus. As the main leader of House Hlalu, he possessed a crafty mind. Though not fighting directly in battle, his advice proved to be decisive in waging the Holy War. As a role model for compassion and mercy, he sought that both were given to the defenseless children of House Dagoth. General Dres Darin. Darin learned the arts of war when... Yeah, see, you look at this and you see an inquiring, cynical mind, a sharp mind at least, might say, yeah, but what about the children of House Dwemer then? And then the temple priest just like, well, don't know. Because, of course, House Dwemer were not a house, and they all disappeared due to magical chicanery, rather than because they were all defeated by the Dunmer. Anyway, General Dres Darin. Darin learned the arts of war when raiding the northern jungles of Argonia. He used this knowledge to serve the will of Almsivi, leading his mounted Dres riders to battle against the secular houses. He concentrated all his will on cleansing Morrowind of their depravities. In a noble sacrifice, he died, while single-handedly fending off an onslaught of House Dwemer warriors, giving his soldiers a chance to escape slaughter. General Dres Sarrel even. Sarrel took command of the forces of House Dres after the martyrdom of General Darin. Guided by his faith, he led a small assembly of elite Dres warriors at Red Mountain. After victory had been won, Sarrel took 2 orphans of the 6th House into his own family. With his firm resolve as guidance, they overcame their profane heritage and grew to be virtuous Dunmer. Later in his life, Sarrel continued to serve his house with honour as a councillor. Lord Telvanni Athrin. Lord Athrin, though a powerful Telvanni wizard, put the defence of Morrowind before all other concerns. His mastery of destruction magics proved significant when he helped repulse an invading horde from the Dwemer city of Kemelz that had threatened Telvanni lands and the sacred city of Necrom. On the battlefield, he obliterated Dwemer constructs with mere waves of his hand. 2 centuries after the war, at the age of 900 years, he passed away in his long-lost tower of Tel Athrin. That must have been a sight to see. We've been to Kemelz. We have seen those frickin' constructs, and they were no joke. And this guy was just nuking them with waves of his hand. That's just, yeah. They don't make wizards like they used to, do they? Noteworthy commanders. Commander Garrel Rail, a faithful officer under General Induril Triffith himself. Commander Rail served the most valiantly of any commander throughout the houses. He fought alongside the general in the last Battle of Red Mountain, slaying many among the ranks of Dwemer and Dagoth. Commander Duloril Morvain, known as the Peacemaker. Commander Morvain of House Induril led her host to great deeds with minimal loss of life. She held each of her soldiers' lives sacred. Commander Dels Toval, known as a father to all who served under him, Dels Toval's dedication was an inspiration to those in his company. His death during the defence of Alderaan was mourned by all of House Redoran. Commander Enia Gnerin. Gnerin was the most skilled archer in Morrowind before her death. With the divine will of Almsevi guiding her aim, she slew the dwarf general Ruvdoric at the fortress of Nshuleftingth, sending an arrow through his throat from across the battlefield. Serving as a dutiful teacher to her soldiers, she passed her skills on to them. By war's end, they were known as the greatest sharpshooters throughout the houses. Commander Selval Araloth. Inspired by the deeds of Vivek, he led his company of House Redoran spearmen with daring leadership and perished at Red Mountain, assaulting a Dwemer tower. Commander Altis Varam. A dedicated son of House Redoran, Varam fought the Nords in western Morrowind and fell in battle shortly after the Battle of Red Mountain. Lord Aaron. Residing in the Tower of Tel Aroon. Oh, so he's Lord Aroon then, not Aaron. Unless I've been saying Tel Aroon wrong this entire time. Lord Aroon. Residing in the Tower of Tel Aroon, he directed his mages in many great victories and helped push the Dwemer from the east coast of Vardenfell. The text goes on to honour other notable warriors and their heroic deeds. So we've got Garrel Rail, Commander Bosrin, and we have Commander Dels Toval. Alright then. Well, that was worth a visit. What's this little shrine here? Shrine of the Ordinators. Watchman's Vigil. Maybe I should check what these actually do. Fortify attack 5 points. Ooh, that's a nice one. Look at that. Sothasil's Mastery. Fortify maximum magic at 0.5 times your intelligence. Ah, sweet. Refuge of St. Aralor. Aralor's interventions, I do. Or did I absorb that one? No, fortifies personality 5 points. Okay. Oh, we got a statue. The Dunmer don't seem to be big on statues, do they? I mean, there's like 2 of them in Vivek, and that's kind of it. Oh, and there's those 2 on top of the St. Devon and St. Alms cantons. But aside from that, you don't see a lot of statues about, do you? Reliquary of St. Nerevar. Reliquary of St. Nerevar's Shield Companion, sorry. They couldn't fit all the text on the banner, apparently. 3 Blessings, Pilgrim. You are familiar with the story of Alandro Sul? Alandro Sul fought alongside Saint Nerevar at the Battle of Red Mountain as his shield companion. He holds a special place for us Dunmer, as it was he who brought the tragic news of the death of Lord Nerevar and the betrayal of Dagothr to the tribunal. It is known he bore the body of the great Hortator from the bowels of the mountain on his tower shield, which you can see is still venerated with us today in this shrine. There it is. Was Fathis' past self born upon this shield? I think Fathis probably has a difficult time believing it. You lost one of your pauldrons. Oh, that's the view, isn't it? The towers against the setting sun. Very cool. Arnesian War Collection. Histocurus. Whoa. The origins of the Hist armor lying on the table are unknown. It is not clear if this armor was worn during the Arnesian War, or if the armor was simply acquired from another Argonian. It was donated to the collection on the death of Nyrus Enderbar by his daughter. The armor set lying on the table belonged once to Fendel Garetha. A common mayor of low birth, he lived an inconspicuous life as a petty commoner and criminal in the city of Armalexia. When at last confronted with the reality of his crimes and brought to justice, Fendel Garetha rediscovered through the priest who ministered to him the glory of Almsevi. Awed by the tale of St. Roris, martyred by the heathen Argonians, Fendel Garetha swore to devote his life similarly to the sword service of the Blessed Tribunal. Reclaiming his honour, Fendel Garetha became a retainer of the Great House Indril, and served that house as a scout in Argonia. At the crucial Battle of Al-Shilpan, the scout was the first to raise the alarm as the heathen war chief Itay Dar attacked the camp at night. Fendel Garetha was slain fighting the heathen who overwhelmed his novice blade, but was avenged thousandfold by the proud warriors of Great House Indril. It is to honour their sacrifice and the inspiration of such a lowly mayor that Fendel Garetha's armour is here preserved as a relic of the war. That's a great way to spin a military blunder, isn't it? Oh, he was heroically martyred. Yeah. Argonian skulls. These 2 skulls belong to the Argonian heathen shamans who inspired and led the Argonian assaults on our homeland. The first was captured at the Battle of Han Lodal by the stern warriors of Great House Redoran, but the second would not be killed until the last days of the war by the skilled hunters of Great House Drez. Until the last, these barbarian shamans refused to submit to the blades of the Dunmer, and so they have been brought here, as a symbol and sign of the ultimate victory won by the Dunmer of Morrowind in the Arnesian War. Unbiased appraisal of abolition. True sapience of Drez nobility.
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
Drez armor. This suit of armor belonged to Gladys Rothan, who was slain in the Argonian borderlands during the Arnesian War. Rothan was born in Silnim and was a proud servant at arms of Great House Drez. At the height of the war effort, he helped quell the uprisings of Argonian slaves in Drez plantations and was commended for the services to our nation. Toward the end of the war, Rothan helped lead a detachment of warriors in a battle against our heathen foe. At the peak of his victory, however, the proud warrior of Drez was brought low by Argonian poisons in a fierce battle. Our warriors did not leave his sacrifice in vain, however, and the proud soldiers of Great House Indril and Drez overran the enemy encampment and secured the final and greatest victory of the war. The Rothan family agreed that his ashes might be brought here to Necrom to serve as a memorial to all those brave Dunmeri warriors who fought and died for the Tribunal during the Arnesian War. Okay. Temple Outfitter. All my goods are officially sanctioned by the temple. Take a look. See if you could use any of what I have. And it's all rubbish. Although I'm kind of curious as to what these are. I'll have one of each. May I pay you in gemstones, good sir? Although, I don't actually think I've got any left over, have I? I've bloody used them all. Oh well. Would you like a bottle of wine? No. Damn it. I cleared out my inventory, and now I have nothing to sell him in return. Would you like us to restart? No. Fine, I'll have to use actual gold coins. Goodness me. Outrageous. So what are these then? Guidance of the Ancestors. Oh, it's in... I mean... Can I be bothered to translate this? Suppose I could give it a go. Gef, so G... Y... What's this one? E. Is that an N? Nope. It's D. Oh wait, the Y is sometimes a U, isn't it? So guide. Me. I'm guessing that's in. Guide me in. That's an O, isn't it? O. In our. Guide me in our. T. So I'm learning to read as a small child. True. Trut. I think I've gotten that wrong somewhere. What's the last letter? Truth! Oh, no, there we go. Guide me in our truth. This is painful to watch, I'm sure. In our truth. Oh, I give up. You guys can read the rest if you want to. Where are the other ones? Blessing of the Living Gods. That's a poem. Guidance of the Ancestors. Protection from sinners. There you go.
What was that?
Would it be sacrilege to sell those back to you? Like I've just bought a worthless piece of paper that's supposed to protect me or something. This is like indulgences, isn't it? Apothecary. What's in here? The waiting gate. Waiting for what? Oh, that's freaky. There's a breeze in here, and there's whispering noises. Come to speak at the waiting gate? Once, most family tombs and many homes too had their own waiting door, whether small or humble. Through them we commune with the ancestors. Since the days of the armistice, the tradition has somewhat waned, but the great waiting gate here above Necrom still remains. Now let me be quiet and listen. Yeah, but what is it, though? Through them we commune with the ancestors. Hello? Ancestors of mine? Are you there? Perhaps Fathis hears something in response, perhaps he doesn't, I'm not sure. If he did, I don't think he'd ever tell anyone. Oh, another ghost out and about. Temple Hostel. Hospice. House of the Waking Guides. Hello. This is the House of the Waking Guides, Dark Elf. Please do not disturb them. Their condition is a peculiar one. They reside in a very close state of communion with the world of ghosts. Through these means, they are able to guide ancestor spirits who have lost their path back to the arms of their brethren. Souls who have recently escaped the grasp of heathen wizards, tortures, can become disoriented, and the guides help restore them to their place. It is a task of great hardship, so we servants of the house here help tend to their corporeal forms in their absence. Can I go down? No, am I going to get in trouble if I do?
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Silence, please. If I accidentally come dressed as one of them. I seem to be wearing the same outfit. Oh, that's the one. That one's locked. You know, for House Telvanni and all its mushroom towers, I think this place might have it beat for strangeness. Jerusalem of St. Lothus. I guess you sell stuff. St. Lothus is the pious. The pious is the patron of tailors and dyers, companion of the tribunals, and greatest Alma ruler of the tribunal temple. He formulated the central rituals and principles of the new temple faith. St. Lothus is the symbolic bridge between the gods and the faithful, and he the model of the temple priest. Here's the shrine. The Rock of Lothus. Well, I think I've covered most of this now. There's a bit more up here. I think we'll probably spend the night in the hostel, actually, rather than just teleporting back to the tower. Wouldn't seem right somehow. Alma Ruler's Retreat. The Alma Ruler presently resides in Mournhold Almalexia, dear. I'm just a humble caretaker. This is where he hangs out when he's in Necrom, huh? Surprised I'm allowed to just walk in here. could have sworn that over there was the watchtower, if I'm honest, but alright. Shrine of St. Realms. Hello. Greetings, Sarah. You're in the Shrine of St. Realms, and I am the curate of this humble house of worship. Do you need my help, or did you come to give thanks to Realms the Barefooted for her unending compassion? St. Realms the Barefooted is the patron of pilgrims and beggars. This rich noble gave away her shoes, then dressed and appeared as a beggar to better acquaint herself with the poor. I suppose then the standard procedure would be to remove my shoes. Realms Grace.
I am never too busy for a good talk.
Let's put the shoes back on, thank you. What's this place? Sethandas' rare books, eh? Well, Sethandas, whoever you are, I think you've just caught a fish. I like books and I have lots of money. I have books for sale if you would care to look. A wide selection. A Fable from Valenwood. A Just Punishment. A Mason's Song. Expanding Magicka Revised. Fellowship of the Temple Folly of Steel. Hands off. Hero of the Indurul. History of the Aroignon family. How to break in a set of armor. Invocation of Azura. Ayus, Animal God. King Edward Part 10. King Edward Part 12. Like in the deal. It's 2 different copies of that for some reason. Lives of the Saints. Okay, and I don't know if I've actually got that in the collection, so... Maps of the Sacred Lands. Master Zoriam's Tale. Erudius. Mysterious Akavir on Oblivion. Regret. Raymond, son of Raymond. Rune Ania Almsevi. Seeking Home. Spawn of Ash. Still Image. Sudyang Kergo. Tales of Kirin. The Alchemist's Formulary, I've got that. The Annotated Anwad. The Anticipations. The Battle of Molag Baran. I think I've got that somewhere. The Blue Book of Riddles. Book of the Daedra, got that. Book of Dawn and Dusk. I don't know if I've got that. Book of Lamentations. The Caves of Ice. The Caves of Ice. The Caves of Ice. Why is that ringing a bell? Why am I... Is there? Have I read another book somewhere called The Caves of Ice? I don't mean in the game, I mean in real life. Why does The Caves of Ice ring a bell for some reason? I suppose there was The Caves of Steel by Isaac Asimov, but I'm sure Caves of Ice was somewhere. I don't know. The Dreadful Theft, The Faithful, The First Told Revolt, Horror of Castle Zaya, Legendary Scourge, The Monomyth, Pilgrim's Path, definitely got that somewhere. Posting of Hunt, The Rear Guard, The Seasons, The Seven Penance. The Spectre of Study, got that. The Torment of Cloudsine, Act 1. The Wealth of Wayrest, Act 3. Vampires of Ardenfell, Volume 2, got it. Vivek and Mephala. Wabberjack. White Book of 3E426, got that, I think. Winter Solace and Withershins, I think I got that as well. 7 grand for you, madam. 7 bloody grand. There's not a lot you'll accept in return either, so... Can I just have to part ways with this lovely cash? Thank you. Please come again, she says. Please do. Now I've cleared out most of your collection. Just paid your bills for the next 6 months at least. Shit, Necrom, Reliquary of St. St. Nerevar Shield Companion. Oh, we're back here again. Okay, cool. Alright, let's... where's the hostel? Is it over here somewhere? Apothecary. Hello. Temple Hostel. Here we go. Hello. Just wondering where the heck I can... if I can even sleep here. Okay, I think I can rest in this one. Let's use this. I mean, there's like stuff here, but I'm just going to assume that this is okay. So let's rest for 11 hours. Oh, there's a whole thing here. Hello. Rent one of our beds? Whoops. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Enjoy. I was supposed to go in the one that was locked. The room upstairs is available for you. Alright, let's just pretend we paid for the other one. Right. Good morning, Necrom. Good morning, Ghost. It's an interesting shirt you've got on there. So I finally made it out here to the Holy City. Where should I begin? Good question. I was asking myself the same question yesterday. Well, that's this bit of the city explored. I guess we want to check out the catacombs, don't we? That would be in the Charnel district, wouldn't it? How do we get there from here? What's still image? Oh, I've learned a spell. Still image. My spell menu went all weird. Still image. Cure paralyzation on touch. Oh. Case against human edibles. Where's my guide to Necrom, damn it? There it is. Ah, we have to go back to the temple pathway. There's no way through here, apparently. Not really sure why. It seems a bit odd, but okay. How the devil do I get the temple pathway from here? I think it's this way, isn't it? Yeah, that's the temple, so... So, back in the Charnel district. Let's see. Charnel Works Mortuary. Planescape Torment flashbacks. Lots of dead folks. Well, quite young dead people, actually. I'm noticing. Ah, spot reserved for me. Yeah, you're all pretty young. None of you look very old. What happened? Fom's Veleth, hello. Alright now, Dark Elf, I'm in the middle of preparing these bodies. Talk to one of the priests. Okay, cool. I will not bother you then. Greetings, Outlander. I am Rallis Anderlith, and this is the Charnel Works Mortuary. I take it you have something important to tell me? I can sell you some temple goods or spells if you require them. Spells, huh? Anything interesting? Guess I'll take your detect enchantment. I'm not sure if I have that. You have nothing to sell me, apparently.
There's someone watching me.
Bit odd, but alright. Hello. Please be careful here. It would not do to disturb the rituals which are underway. If you have official business here, see Ashlander. Okay. What else we got then? All Saints Crematorium. This is rapidly getting very morbid indeed. Hello. All these ash pits in the game. This is the first crematorium we've actually seen. What's this then? Lower city entryway. Oh, that's where we want to be, isn't it? Crematorium of St. Veloth. I imagine the smell here is none too pleasant. No chimneys, though. Oh, wait, no, there's one. I take it back. There is a chimney. Storage tower. Yeah, a lot of these are just people's houses. Rather understandably. This is where we came in. Well, I dare say that is pretty much the entirety of the city above explored. Except for this little corner over here. Huh, probably just a ghost. Yeah, in this city you'd just be like, yeah, oh, it's just a ghost. Dethelgineth's workshop. There seems to be like a few unique lines of dialogue here being spoken, but I never seem to be able to get myself in the vicinity of them being spoken. Just see the subtitles. God, you people with mismatching eyebrows. It's very disturbing. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I do believe we're going to leave it here. Standing at the entrance to the lower city. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode, everybody. I know it's a very slow one. There was nothing in the way of fast-paced, high-octane combat and action. It was all about just exploring and reading and taking in the sights and sounds and just relishing the thing that we've spent many episodes of this Let's Play trying to get to. So here we are, standing at the entrance to the lower city and the catacombs. I'll join you next time when we'll be going in there. Thanks very much, everyone. Give us a like, give us a sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo!